Well, I don't know about you, but it's certainly been a big year, 2011, and we're nearly at the holidays. We can nearly put our feet up and relax. Now, as I look back over the year, we probably haven't sent as many newsletters as we would have liked in 2011. We're hoping to rectify that in 2012 and make a kind of New Year's resolution to you, our subscribers. But we have worked really, really hard for our clients over the course of the year, and about this time of year we usually get a lot of questions about the Holidays Act and public holidays. And I thought I'd just finish off the year by just giving a few tips and some information about the Holidays Act and public holidays so you can manage that period over the next couple of weeks. One of the most common questions I get asked about the Holidays Act is about close down periods. So most businesses will be having a close down period over the Christmas holidays, and what happens if you've got an employee who has started work this year who hasn't actually accrued enough holiday entitlement to have their holiday over that close down period? What do you do? Well, if you look at the Holidays Act, what it says is that for those employees, what you do is you actually, when you have your close down period, you pay them 8% of the earnings which they've earned over the course of the year as their holiday pay. You pay that out to them when you start the close down period. You then don't have to pay them over the period of your close down period, apart from the statutory days, of course, and then you resume paying them their normal wage or salary once your business opens again. In terms of their holiday anniversary, though, their holiday anniversary will change. So instead of being at the beginning of their employment, it will now be every year at the beginning of that close down period. Now that's what the Holidays Act says, but of course there's nothing stopping you coming to a separate agreement with your employee, maybe allowing them to take holiday in advance, or if they've accrued a little bit of holiday, allowing them to take that over the holiday period as well, because that may be just enough to get them through those few days while your business is closed down. So that's close down periods. Of course, the other thing to bear in mind this year is that Christmas Day and New Year's Day falls on a Sunday. Now, because it falls on a Sunday, it means that for those people who don't ordinarily work on a Sunday, which is probably the majority of the New Zealand population, then the public holiday will be treated as being on the Tuesday. But of course, there are employees who do normally work on a Sunday, and for those employees, the public holiday is treated as still being on that Sunday. So that's really important when you're coming to work out when you have to pay and what entitlements are owing over that holiday period. The other question, I've had this question a couple of times this year, is what do you do with employees whose employment is terminating just before Christmas? Is there an obligation to pay for the statutory days over the Christmas period? Now you'd think not, because if their employment terminates before Christmas, why should you have to pay them any of the statutory days? Well, in actual fact, you may be wrong, because what the Holidays Act says is that if you have an employee who's accrued leave and is entitled to a holiday leave accrual payout on termination of employment, what you do is you actually add that on to the end of their employment, and if that period takes them through any public holidays, then those public holidays should be paid. So let me just explain that with an example. Say an employee ends their employment, say on the 23rd of December, and over the course of the year they've accrued 15 days annual leave, which they're entitled to be paid out on the 23rd of December. Now if you add 15 days onto the 23rd of December, that then takes them through the 4 statutory days over the Christmas period, which means that not only have you got to pay them those 15 days, but you also have to pay them the 4 statutory days over the Christmas period, because it's as if they've had their 15 days holiday at the end of their employment, and if that takes them through those statutory days, then there's an obligation to pay them. So not many employers know that, but many employees do. So please make sure that you get your pay calculations right for those employees who have terminated their employment just prior to Christmas. So those are the tips that I've got for you around the Holidays Act and public holidays. All that remains is for me to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. I will see you in 2012. Our offices will be closed from Thursday right through to, we'll be back in the office on January the 9th. Hotline members, of course, can get hold of me for urgent matters over the Christmas period if the need arises. Hopefully not, but otherwise I'll be back on deck from the 9th of January onwards, and hopefully we'll get some newsletters out to you in the new year, and we look forward to talking to you then. From myself and Pandy, have a fantastic Christmas and a fantastic New Year. Thanks a lot. Goodbye.